Hi, I'm Matt from Pitch 6, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the profile screen. This is one of the unique things we have inside the Leaderboard app that nobody else does. So I'm opening up the app and I'm going to click on the profile screen, and there you can see my name at the top and that I'm a pro user. And there are four tabs inside this profile screen. So the Ledger tab is the first one, second one is Assessments, third one is a Leaderboard, and the fourth one is a new one called Skill versus Strength. Now we have a separate video we're doing on the Ledger, so I'm not going to go into that in detail right now. So go watch that video. And instead, I'm going to look at assessments. And this is all of your peak force or critical force assessments that you did inside the app are listed here, or not that you did inside the app are listed here, and then a summary of what those are as well. So you can look at your peak force or critical force for left, right, or both hands. We give a quick summary like peak force, critical force, strength to weight ratios, and that in the first part of the chart. And then in the chart down below, we show you how many of those particular routines you did and do a history plot of those. Now, if you want to set goals, you can do that back on the Ledger page, but here we just give a history. Now, the piece that's measured inside or recorded inside the Leaderboard app is your latest rep that you did for peak force or measurement you did for peak force or critical force. And if you don't like the measurement, it was a little lower than you did last time or a previous time, then just do it again and get stronger. The leaderboards, and this is your last metric that you did on the leaderboard, also shows up here. You can search for peak force, you can search peak to weight ratio, critical force, critical to weight ratio, critical to peak, and even stored energy. The interesting ones, I think, are peak force, critical force, and then the ratios with weight as well. So I'll click on that. You can see Ian Chavez is the master of our system with almost 300% peak to weight ratio on our leaderboard, and then everybody else is listed as they go down below. Your rank will show up at the very bottom, so if you don't want to scroll down through the hundreds of people that we have inside here, you can just see your rank right there at the bottom. You can do one hand or left hand only. You can do both hands or left hand only or right hand only. So that's leaderboard. And then the new one that we have on this is a strength versus skill chart. And we have currently 4 charts inside of this. And what this does is it plots your peak to weight ratio versus your bouldering grade, your max bouldering grade, or your bouldering flash grade. Or it plots your critical to weight ratio versus your route climbing grades. So we have 4 charts: peak to weight versus max bouldering or regular bouldering or on-site bouldering grade or flash bouldering grade, or critical force versus max route grade or route on-site grade. And what these charts show is kind of interesting. It basically, we have in the peak force case, we have a lot of people we've gathered data from. So you can see we've got about 1,000 people inside this data set, or over 1,000 people inside the data set, and it shows a fit curve on that data set at the same time. And if your dot, which is the orange dot, sits above the fit curve, that means you lean a little bit on strength to get up climbs, or boulders in this case. And if your dot is below the strength, the average curve, the fit curve, then it means you lean on skill to get up climbs. So that's the basic thing, and it just gives you some insight on what you should focus on in your training. All right, thank you.